We're the Bungie Kids, with plasma pistols glowing. It's our podcast show, with Brian and Fred. And Frankie.
Live from Bungie Towers, it's Bungie Podcast time.
So this is the first ever full-length Bungie podcast, starring myself, Frank O'Connor, also known as Frankie, and
hey, this is Brian. People call me Sketch as well, and we're happy to be here in the first inaugural Bungie podcast.
so that was the inaugural play of the Bungie theme song for the podcast, right?
Let's talk about that song for our new listeners or people who aren't super versed in Bungie lore.
So that the composer of the original Flintstones Kids theme is Marty O'Donnell, right?
Yeah, yep, the same one. You know, maybe some of the younger kids now. I don't even. Do they still play that song on
They
TV?
might. I never watched kids TV, so I'm totally out of the loop. I haven't heard of half of their toys or TV commercials. So.
Yeah, I haven't popped a Flintstones Kids in probably 25 years.
I haven't popped any pills in a long time.
Yeah, well,
on vitamins.
It's not ones that Marty endorses. Anyways, so yeah, that's where that story came from. Marty is way before his time here at Bungie. He actually built himself up in the industry writing catchy jingles, and
He did the Mr. Clean jingle
yeah,
too, right?
yeah, Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean, yeah, yep, he did that, and the Flintstones Kids are his sort of huge pieces. So, anyways, when we approached Marty, of course, we would love his input on helping us craft a catchy theme song for our podcast, and
We were thinking, choir, Stevie Vai, a crazy mix of metal and orchestral themes, and
definitely what I had in my mind, and instead we got
Flintstones Kids jingle.
with the words changed.
Slightly.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Marty O'Donnell claims to have full rights to use that medley, so if any lawyers are listening and that's not the case, it's not our problem. Sorry.
And we're also, I believe, covered by parody, right?
Yeah. But anyways, we do thank Marty for that. I hope everybody likes it out there. You'll be hearing it a lot. Maybe we'll mix it up over the time. I will, and we also need to give a big, huge thanks to Jay Wineland, sound designer here at Bungie, who also put a lot of help into that. Most notably, I think Jay's responsible for adding some cowbell.
That's right. We kept asking for more. Marty actually literally came in and had Jay take out cowbell. I mean, that might be the first time I've ever heard of anyone deleting cowbell from music. It's stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, is that
stupid? It just shows that his musical taste, at least, is totally flawed, if not his compositional skill.
Could be a good taste of things to come for Halo 3, though. I mean, as the cowbell continues to grow in popularity, I think you are going to see it in game music as well.
Yeah, not ours, apparently. If Marty's got anything to do with it, he's going to be cutting cowbell left, right, and center.
But yeah, we'll actually, we are going to talk to Jay a little bit later in the episode, so we'll come back to that, and maybe Jay will have some fun stories about the making of our drastically overproduced theme song jingle. So this is actually our first show, so I ask you guys to just bear with us. Let us ease into this. We will hopefully get really good at this, and of course, before I forget to mention, do stop by Bungie.net, visit our forums. We'd love to get your feedback, ideas on ways that we can make the show more interesting and enjoyable for you.
Probably shorter, too.
Yeah, I imagine. We'll see where this first one clocks in at. But, we're going to try to follow a fairly regular format. That's probably going to entail some sort of quick overview of Bungie news, which we'll get to in a minute, followed by usually one or two interviews. Later on in this episode, we are going to talk to Bungie sound designer Jay Wineland, to get some insights into what it's like in his world at this stage in Halo 3 and sort of the role that placeholder dialogue plays for his team. Then we have an interview with our own Ninja on Fire to get a quick update on matchmaking playlists and future plans for Xbox Live.
We're also going to take a look at some of the crazy mail we get from people we banned from Xbox Live matchmaking. Visitors to the site will be aware that is called the Bungie Wambulance. And we're going to be having our very own Bob, one of our engineers, is going to be reading the Bungie Wambulance mailbag.
Yeah, and we got a whole bunch of other cool ideas in the future for various segments and features. But like I said, we're just going to ease into this, take it nice and slow.
Good times.
Yeah, good times. Hot mic. So anyways, why don't we just go ahead and dive right into the Bungie news.
Bungie Headline News. Brought to you by Max Hogan Mandaroos. They're right, they're tight with manly might. Max Hogan Mandaroos.
All right, so let's go ahead and dive right in, give you guys a quick insights into the world and life and times of Bungie Studios. I'll talk to you guys really quickly about Halo 2 Vista, something that's still kind of below the radar, I think, for a lot of people out there, but rest assured, we are still working away on this game. You may have already read that the game itself is actually being developed by a group of folks over at MGS, very talented group of individuals that have formed a little small team who have since come to call themselves Hired Gun. That is their internal code name.
Sounds violent.
Yeah, Halo is sort of violent. It's a mature-based team name.
Don't need to make any excuses for me. I don't care.
But Halo 2 Vista is coming along great. I can tell you that I've played it a lot, and I think as Frank's written in prior updates, seeing Halo 2 at 1920 by 1200 resolution it's pretty damn sweet.
Where we sit at our desks, if we just look over the top of a desk, we can see it running at crazy frame rates and really high resolutions. It looks really weird, actually, at first. You have to kind of go up close to even recognize what it is, because I guess you recognize the normal frame rate of Halo 2 on the Xbox, and you come to get used to it, and then you see it running way smoother, and it looks kind of alien until you get up close and look at it.
The game holds up tremendously, considering how long it's been out there now. One of the things I actually wasn't aware of until recently is that some of the textures in the game are actually being redone and up-resed. Right. Specifically, a couple of the skyboxes in the background maybe don't hold up quite so well at those new resolutions. So there's some artists that are actually going back in and redoing them all in high-res glory, and right. It looks really cool.
But the original textures, actually held up really well. I was kind of surprised. I thought we were going to see a bunch of like weird aliasing effects and mapping problems, but they look really good. I mean, it's it's a port. But it's pretty spectacular, given the.
I'd say it's definitely a port, but I think it's been optimized for the Vista experience, to quote some marketing lingo there. But one of the things that on the Xbox, the game very smartly uses a level of detail system to scale down what you see on the screen based on just, how much processing power is available and how many things are on screen. And in theory, on the Xbox, you have a closed platform. You have very specific targets you have to hit. On the PC, it's kind of open-ended, so the better hardware you have, the better frame rate you're going to get, and as a result, we can take more liberties with using those high-res textures.
And actually, at high resolutions and with the level of detail stuff not actually kicking in, you can pretty much see an entire, almost full polygonal build of a Spartan down a ramp on Lockout, for example. And I hadn't noticed how big a difference the LOD makes in the Xbox version until I saw it on the PC, and it's pretty significant. And that's another one of the reasons that the game looks, initially kind of strange when you look at it, but it's very pleasant looking.
Another cool thing that just happened recently in the latest sort of milestone review for the Hired Gun team is they've actually started to be able to integrate a lot of the Live Anywhere features. And this is going to be the cool stuff that allows you to bring up the guide that you might be familiar with from Xbox 360, have a shared friends list, and sort of send and receive messages between Xbox and the Vista platform. Most importantly, work is starting to get underway about figuring out what the Halo 2 achievements are going to be, which, for fans of Halo 2, this is the only way you're actually going to be able to earn those valuable, precious achievement points is on the Vista version.
Right, which begs the question, are you going to be able to do that in Halo 3?
I actually believe it's a requirement for all 360 titles.
Yeah, it's going to be fun measuring the achievements on Halo 2 Vista with the types that are available on Halo 3.
And just one point of clarification, I know we've talked about this a lot, but there's still some confusion out there about what Live Anywhere means, and I think ultimately it represents a whole suite of online services that are being ported over to Vista to optimize that experience, but for Halo 2, what it doesn't mean is cross-platform play. You've probably seen some cool demos of Shadowrun with players competing against the 360 and the PC, but that's not something that you're going to be able to do in Halo 2.
Right, and I keep hammering on this point. If we introduced PC players into the Xbox and Xbox 360 live pool right now, for a game that people have been practicing on for 2 years with certain control parameters built in, it'd just be a mess. I mean, it would not be fun I don't think, for either party. The difference between this and Shadowrun is, of course, that Shadowrun's built from the ground up to do this. So all their game balance and all their control balance and all that stuff is built from the start with all those things and all those aspects in mind. So it's a totally different scenario.
It is the two controls, just in general, mouse, keyboard versus controller, is definitely an interesting dynamic to watch. Having just come back from that game show in Germany, the Leipzig show, I noticed immediately, and even myself included, people that have experience playing Halo 2 instantly pick up the Xbox 360 gamepad. Instantly, they're in the game kicking ass. People who actually have never played a game before seem to go right to the mouse keyboard as their sort of first choice. So what I've noticed is I have yet to really see a true head-to-head competition between a really awesome mouse keyboard player and a really awesome joystick player, only because currently all the great Halo 2 players are already experienced joystick players.
Right. And certainly watching the team testing it over there, they're getting better and better with the mouse. I imagine, the game is being designed so that both work equally well, and so far that's been my experience. It's going to come down to what your personal preference is in the end. I'm way more comfortable with the joypad, and to be honest, I feel like I have better access to those buttons, and I've got 2 years of practice on that. So that's going to make a big difference, quite apart from the technical differences.
Yep, definitely. All right, so that's a quick update on Halo 2. Definitely you want to stay tuned to Bungie.net. We're going to have
we're going to see more on Halo 2 at XO6.
Yeah, we are. Speaking of which, XO6 is a Microsoft sort of PR marketing event that's happening next week over in Europe, and I'm actually going to travel over there with Joe from the Hired Gun team. We're bringing Halo 2 Vista with us to have the game out on the floor. We're going to have a lot of multiplayer stuff going on, and it's just to have it available for the press to come and play and hopefully write great things about it, because we're pretty proud of the progress that's being made there. All right, so let's see. What else we got going on around the office this week, Frank?
Well, we've got Alta just came back from vacation.
Oh, yeah.
The
Yeah,
Bungie
that's right.
princess who's in charge of getting our snacks has been gone for nearly 2 weeks. And we're completely out of snacks, and we're having to go to the store and buy snacks like normal people. It's a disgrace.
It's definitely it definitely crutches our productivity here.
And she comes like bouncing back in with a tan and a tropical shirt on, and she's like, "Hey guys, I've just been," and we're all starving.
Yeah. So that's Alta's back, and the studio is back to being loud and crazy again.
Yeah, and we've actually just got over a bunch of. We have all these internal milestones, and some of them we'll make public, and some of them they're just internal milestones. And we just got over a big one where people were on what's called a mini crunch. There's going to be several more of those, I'm sure. And one of the reasons for doing that is just to try and avoid a big giant crunch at the end for obvious reasons. And I have to say the results of that crunch were awesome.
I totally agree.
I just watched Joe getting in a campaign scenario, and he was using he was using some weapons he's never used before. We've used them, but he was very surprised at what they were doing. And also they had those crates that fly apart with the bands around them, the big security bands, and we were like, is that one object? But it actually flies apart, so it's not one object, it's a proper physics thing. So.
Yeah, it's stuff is really starting to take shape and on all fronts, and I think Jay will have a little bit more insight to share in that department as we talk to him a little bit later on. But I totally agree with Frank. This last milestone was pretty freaking sweet, and we can't wait to be able to